There are two words in business that are very, very dangerous, and they could lead to the near instantaneous loss of profits and progress in your company. Those two words are new and next. Here's why. If you're a successful business owner, you likely started your company and you spent a tremendous amount of time and energy getting to your first seven-figure mark, and you were doing everything yourself. And in many ways, it was very fun. In many ways, it was exciting. In many ways, it was very stressful. And now you've made it, right? And when we make it, here's what happens. Our brains will tell us, you're the smartest person in the world. You actually did it, right? You can do anything. In many ways, our brains are right. We can accomplish a lot of things. After all, we started a business from scratch and it was successful. But as entrepreneurs, we are hardwired to be creative. That characteristic comes factory installed in our brains. And here's the problem with it. When we have this incredible confidence that says, hey, you can do anything, and we couple it with our natural drive to create things that are new, the byproduct of this is that we start lots of little side projects. And each of these side projects is like a plate that's spinning in the air. And we find ourselves going from having a successful business that finally made it to potentially maybe even growing the business. But now, as a result of constantly trying all of these new things, we have 9,000 plates in the air and we become stressed out. So here's what to do when that might happen to you. Instead of focusing on new or next, the thing you want to focus on is best. And if a successful business was held up by pillars, these would be the pillars. Pillar number 1 is something called the best payday. Pillar number 2 is something called your best buyer. Pillar number 3 is something called your best bait, which is just a slightly strange way of saying marketing that's designed to attract your best buyer. And pillar number 4 is your best process. That's your best sales process for attracting these buyers. Now, I'll give you a little insight on the first pillar, which is called your best payday. So if you're a successful entrepreneur, you've probably done a lot of things in your business. You've probably had lots of promotions. You've probably rolled out different products and different services over the course of your career. So here's what I'd like you to do. You can visit www.yourbestpayday.com and download this workbook and worksheet. If you can't do that, let's get out a piece of paper and I want you to make several columns on this piece of paper. I'll walk you through them. Your first column is going to be labeled deliverable, okay? And in this column, I want you just to take a minute and write down all of the things that you've sold or delivered in your business in return for money. So every offer you've made, every promotion you've run, and so forth. You just want to list everything that comes to mind over the past couple of years. It's everything you can remember. Just put it down on that first column called deliverable. Now we're going to have another column, and the column that's right next to it is going to be called energy. And in that energy column, we're going to give each deliverable a score. And here's how it works. A score of 1 means that doing that deliverable, actually fulfilling the promises and delivering the thing you sold, was not very energizing at all. It was very draining. A score of 5, it means that it was very energizing, you loved it, you could do it in your sleep, you'd do it every day of your life if you could, right? So our next mission is to take everything that's in the first column and in the second column to score it between 1 and 5 on how much energy it gave you to do it. So the next column we're going to put down is something called sustainability. And this means, could you continuously do this activity over and over again? And again, we're going to use the same scoring system. So a score of 1 means you can't really do it that much. It's very hard to do. A score of 5 means, yep, it's something that you can do over and over again. And you love doing it, right? So that's your third column. Our fourth column is ease of sale. And again, we're going to score it on a score of 1 through 5. So a score of 1 would mean that getting the sale of that thing was really, really hard. It was a very complicated sales process. It was very difficult. It was very draining for you. A score of 5 means it practically sold itself. It was really, really easy. The sales process was fun. Everybody enjoyed it and everything worked. Now here's your mission. Your mission now is to add up the scores for every deliverable. And guess what? The deliverable with the highest score may very well be the single most profitable, sustainable, and energizing thing that you can sell in your business. And if you find that, I'd like to ask you this question. What would your business be like if all you did was focused on that one activity for sales? Chances are it can completely revolutionize not only your business, but also your quality of life and overall fulfillment that you get from the business. That's my hope for you anyway. Hey, thanks again for taking the time to watch this video. And I really hope that some of the strategies I share with you are impacting your business in a positive way. And remember, if you'd like to download the workbook and worksheet that I just went through with you, please visit www.yourbestpayday.com. Thanks.